The 2023 football season has ended, and Josh Brigette and I are here recapping another fine season, one that ended with the 13th state championship in Lumen Christi history. Seems like we do this every year, and we're right back here again talking about an unbelievable season by the Titans.
It's always sad to end the season, but then you got to look at it and say, we got to end it at Ford Field again, and that's just always something that's special. And no matter how many times you've done it, we're going to talk about Lumen Christi, how many times they have done that. It never gets old. It's always a new experience, and it's always a great way to end the year if you can end it at Ford Field, and especially if you can end it with a trophy in hand as the winner.
Yeah, every game is different. Every team is different. A lot of the coaches remain the same, as we know, but just a credit goes to that staff to be able to get a new group of kids prepared every year to win a state championship.
And that's the key. Year after year, they continue to do it, and that's why the program exists the way that it does. You got to give a ton of credit to Coach Herb Brogan, but then you look down the chain of coaches, a similar set of coaches every single year that do such a tremendous job. And we can talk about some of those coaching things that they did in game that I thought, we talk about a program and how the culture is driven by the coaches and how they create that culture and the expectations of the program, but in-game changes that really made a difference to win a state championship.
Yeah, down 14-3, could have been down 21-7. Just so many great things happened in that game. We'll get to that eventually, but we'll be right back, and we're going to look at the regular season for the Lumen Christi Titans.
You asked, we toasted. That's right. Beloved breakfast bagels are back at McDonald's. Topped with deliciously buttery eggs, melty American cheese, and your choice of thick-cut applewood smoked bacon, savory sausage, or a tender, juicy steak patty. Grab your favorite today, like the steak, egg, and cheese bagel, only at McDonald's. Perfect with a freshly brewed cup of premium roast coffee. Mornings just got better.
I'm miles beyond my knee injury. I am Henry.
I use science to help families grow. I am Henry.
I'm a new mom with brand new lungs. I am Henry.
I made sure that the cancer in my chest never got to my heart. I am Henry.
I'm Henry.
I am Henry.
When you found your inner believer and all-around conqueror, you found your Henry.
You never think about a good tow truck service until you really need one. Jimmy's Towing and Auto Repair in Jackson will be there for you in a flash. Our technologically advanced GPS software enables us to pinpoint your location and dispatch the closest truck to assist you in no time. Jimmy's has the largest towing and rescue truck fleet in the area, and we have the right equipment for any towing need. When you need help in a flash, call Jimmy's. Jimmy's Towing and Repair in Jackson.
Welcome back. Andy Hawley and Josh Brigette recapping the Lumen Christi drive to Detroit for their 13th school football state championship. And it started way back in August, which feels like yesterday, but Titans got off to a great start, and they just really never looked back. A couple close games here and there where they weren't maybe playing their best, but really they just cruised.
Yeah, we look at the start of the year, that Michigan Center game is really where it got started, and we had that here on JTV. Michigan Center, not the year that they expected, but a quality opponent to start the year, and that was a 41-0 blowout, and it was just Lumen Christi. We said that night, this is a special program, and we think they could make a run again. Just a really nice job. But then you think of the challenges of going into a new conference and trying to build the schedule the way they had to this year, because they don't have the bulk of the I-8 schedule, so you got to kind of build a schedule. So you have some really talented opponents as they faced St. Francis again. And then you had Gaylord, the only loss. Right. And I think you look at this team and how they competed against that Gaylord team on the road. Lumen Christi did a great job there. But to go out, win the
Catholic League.
Thank you.
Yes.
My goodness, my friend. The Catholic League, for the first time that they're in it, they go 3-0 in their division. Just really impressive start to the regular season.
We talked about their defense so much to start the season. Their defense was outstanding the entire year. Probably one of the best groups they've had. And it starts up front with their defensive line. How impressed were you with the way that their defense controlled almost every single game they were in?
Very. I mean, we talked about it all season long, partner. When you look at this defense, they were great at all three levels. They did a tremendous job. I think if you could find one weak spot, it was against the pass, when they had to challenge against the pass, and we saw that a little bit in the state championship game. But that, I think, quite frankly, is just because they didn't see a ton of it throughout the year. They have plenty of athletes in the defensive backfield, but they're so good at stopping the run, and those defensive backs come up and really help and assist in the run. And I'm always impressed. It seems like year after year, you get great penetration from that front four, and then those linebackers are so quick. sideline to sideline. It just makes them so difficult to run against. You can't run between the tackles, and you don't have enough speed to get to the outside against those linebackers. So they just do a great job, really, at all three levels of the defense.
And when you play like Lumen Christi does during the regular season, you have an opportunity to host 3 straight playoff games again, and that's what they do. And that's turned into a tough environment. We've watched that kind of fill in the stadium and the campus over the last few years. That's been a tough environment for teams to come in and play. And Clinton had a little bit of success against Lumen, but they handled their business.
No, I mean, you start with Grass Lake and Napoleon, and Grass Lake scored a couple times with that passing game we just talked about. They really handled Napoleon. They did a great job in that game controlling Napoleon and not allowing them to do anything from an offensive standpoint. And then Clinton, which I think I thought was going to be their toughest test. That proved wrong. Menominee really gave them a great test at Ford Field, but Clinton, a really tough opponent in a regional championship, and we saw that back and forth with Lumen Christi, but for them to go out, win a one-score, 21-14 game, really impressive effort from Lumen.
Yeah, it was interesting. And then, of course, the semifinal, just really a walkover against Millington to set up the state final game. We will get to that eventually. Let's take a look at some regular season and playoff highlights leading up to Ford Field.
This is obviously the secondary. Howard Hill roll. Boy, he's just looking for room, and he's got to go down, but a smart play, Josh, because you don't want to try to force something to happen and have a turnover early in the football game, especially when you have a kicker like Berkepile of the 23 football season right now. Quick pitch. Williams. Boy, he's got a lot of room. The 40, 30, 20. He will not be caught in Lumen Christi one play. And just like that, they're on the board, 6-0 Titans.
Dale Williams with a 64-yard run on their first play from scrimmage. Incredible run there.
Now we'll go power. And this is Williams, and no trouble there. So we were just a slight bit early, Josh, calling the 6 points for Lumen Christi. But they get down to the 2, knock on the door, go power, and Cadell Williams walks into the end zone. Now it's the 6-point difference for Lumen Christi with 9:19 left to go here in this first quarter. How to make a play really happen quickly, because you've got to try. Oh boy, high snap, and this
ball's still out. Lumen's got that.
There was a center player that slid in at the last second, but Lumen Christi will take over. And Josh, inside the 10-yard line, Lumen Christi is going to get the ball back after already being up 7-0 with 8:31 still to go here in this first quarter. Coaching of Herb Rogan. Quick little hitter inside. This one into the end zone, and just like that, touchdown number 2. It's Gabe King. Allen in motion. Crowley, he'll drop back. Down the middle. Williams is wide open. He's got it. The 10, 5. No one will touch him. Williams in for his second score of the game.
63-yard touchdown pass. Excellent work by Timmy Crowley. We wondered how he'd do his first chance to really let one go, and he nails it. 63 yards. William gets his 3rd touchdown of the game, partner. Excellent work there by the Titan offense under the tutelage there of offensive coordinator Sean Brogan in his 12th season. Really special start to this football game for them.
And that's touchdown Titans.
I think that was Owen Matthews again running the football there.
In the book, and Lumen Christi is going to start at a high note. Michigan Center going into this game knowing this is going to help them see what they need to continue to work on, what they need to continue to build, and they will.
We're not going to have to take another snap, partner. That clock's going to continue to go. We got 25 on it now, but it will end 41-0. Great start to the season for Lumen Christi, as they will start the year 1-0, as Michigan Center will start 0-1 for the second year in a row.
Can the Titans respond? Crowley will drop back. He's got time. He's going deep, looking for Williams. Williams just over his outstretched hands. He had 2 defenders on him, and Crowley put it where only Williams could have gotten it. Tony Pucci, a big reason behind Lumen's success on defense. Gorgeous. Swings to the outside, and that one just through the hands of Devin McMorris, and that's when McMorris, he'll want to get back, but next time he'll have a chance to make that play. This is Williams. Williams. Quick first step and a nice hole from the offensive line, and he's gonna, if he doesn't have it, it's gonna be inches a while. Williams again. This is room. 40, 30. That boy caught. Touchdown, Titans. Just like that, Lumen Christi and Cadell Williams get on the scoreboard, pick up that important first 6 points of the game. And Williams, even if he hits his man in the back and still bounces outside and just has wheels and speed to get to the end zone.
Cadell Williams, 53-yard touchdown run. You talked about who he hit in the back. That was Andrew Salazar making a great block there, pulling out.
With their legs out of the backfield. Here's Borges. And just like that, turns the corner, and he will be just short of the Lumen Christi's offense coming back on the football field. Borges steps up in the pocket, falls forward, and he is going to, if he's not there, he is going to be awfully, awfully close because he fell on top of a Lumen Christi defense. Not just scheduling and handling all these things, but wow. Great move, Krawczak. And Krawczak in motion. Borges is going to keep it himself. He's got to hold up the middle. Boy, that tackle was key for Lumen Christi. Josh Dumont makes the... Here we go. Boy. Oh, and I'll tell you, that is a huge stop for Lumen Christi and a missed opportunity for Divine Child because, man, that first down was right there for the taking, and literally one step changes that play. Crowley will roll. Quick swing pass, you gotta love that. Isaac Rayberg, and he's got a big first down, and nobody saw it coming. And that's just Rayberg in motion. Crowley, he'll roll. Looking for King. Oh boy, King with the reception. And Josh, I'll tell you what, Keegan Tripp
Hears it and gets the Minuteman first down on a big 4th and 14 play.
Williams will not be stopped. And they will signal touchdown. He's right there at the goal line, and Lumen Christi up 13-0 with that second score, a 10-yard run for Cadell Williams.
10-yard.
Young in motion. Borges swings to Young. They've set up the blockers in front of him. He cuts back inside, and he is down all the way to the 1. Lumen Christi Titan defense. Right up the middle, and no trouble there. It's a Falcon touchdown. The Falcons on the board, their first score of the game. They needed it. 1:03 to go here. It's out to King. King got blockers in front of him. And I just love the teamwork of Alex Pastoriza. Rayberg, there's room. Rayberg's got the first and more. Has a chance to continue this drive. King on the inside, quick steps, and he'll get 4 on first down.
A shuttle pass again from Crowley to King.
Throwing situation. Here comes pressure. Crowley steps up. Good move off the fingertips of Williams. Williams turns around looking for a flag, but that was just great coverage. And then to stay on the field and pick up a first. Borges, here comes the pressure. Nice pass across the middle. And this should be a Falcon first down for Vitti. Maybe they'll have a chance to go for it. Williams picks his way forward for a tight first down and into Divine Child territory. Another great. Wilson up top. This steady doses of Cadell Williams. Another first down. He's hit forward. Tumbles past the 40 down to the 38. Well, folks, that's how fast it happened. 30 yards for Cadell Williams, the opening play of the fourth quarter here at Lumen Christi. 20-7 Titans on a huge run. One more huge run for Cadell Williams.
Third quarter was scoreless. First play of the fourth quarter, we get a big play right here.
We'll drop back. Or just overthrows again and just can't connect with Vitti. Here's Cadell Williams, another big run. The 20, 10, touchdown, Lumen Christi.
34-yard touchdown run. Cadell Williams, his 4th of the night, 12th of the season. Big-time explosive play. We've seen a few of them from him tonight, and that drive again capped off by the Cadell Williams 34-yard touchdown run.
Tight team. Right up the middle again. Rumbling forward. Rayberg rumbles for a score. Touchdown, Titans.
18-yard touchdown run there by Isaac Rayberg. First person, first Titan to score that is not named Fidel Williams, and Rayberg does a tremendous job there. Great run.
Works again. Here we go, looking for Young, and Young that time is going to go up and get it. I don't know, I think they're going to call it a catch. So you got to watch that pressure backside. This one thrown up and out of bounds.
Yeah, that ball be turned over to Lumen Christi here with 2:06 left in the fourth quarter. Chance to.
As the clock ticks down, this is another Lumen Christi victory, 35-7 over the visiting Divine Child Falcons.
convenient. And convenience is what Alro Metals Outlet is all about. Our vast inventory of aluminum, steel, plastics, and more will help you get the job done. Whether you're a professional or a do-it-yourselfer, our retail stores make it simple. You select it, we cut to length, and shear to size. Right here, right now. Whatever you need, Alro Metals Outlet is your one-stop shop for metals.
Within the folds of your life, you find the passion and drive to keep pushing forward. Growth comes from continually moving ahead in every stage of life. Count on County National Bank to help with seamless financial solutions. We can act quickly and accommodate your needs, whatever life brings your way. Our local bankers understand our community and your goals.
Let's work together.
Learn more about our personalized banking services at cnbb.bank. Member FDIC.
MVP Sports has been providing the Jackson area with the finest custom apparel and select promotional items since 2006. We can take your corporate event, Employee Appreciation Day, or golf outing to the next level with expertly crafted shirts, hats, jackets, coolers, and even golf bags. As always, you can count on MVP for all your sports and school apparel too. No matter what your needs, MVP Sports has the equipment, knowledge, and expertise to make sure every order comes out just right. Whether it's embroidery or screen print, with outstanding customer service and design services, we make outfitting your crew or team a breeze. Stop in today and let's turn your ideas into reality. MVP Sports Store, 5000 Ann Arbor Road in Jackson.
Welcome back. Andy Hawley, Josh Burgett, recapping Lumen Christi's drive to Detroit in their 13th school football state championship. Let's take a look at the highlights from Ford Field. Let's talk about this game, and it was a great game. Absolutely had everything. Menominee with a 14-point early lead. Could have been a 21-7 game. Penalties called. They used replay in the state final, which I think is cool. It was just an amazing game. It had everything. What was your perspective at the start of the game on the field?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Menominee run out, and going into this game, I had seen a little bit of film on Menominee. I saw their size. I just expected Lumen Christi to be able to outsize them, out-physical this team, and I thought they would just lean on them the entire game. And when you're down 14-0, that was a really quick, like, whoa, okay. And this team's able to move the ball offensively against Lumen Christi's defense in a way that we hadn't seen any team do all season long, which surprised me. And early on, they got some quick stops, which I just didn't expect them to be able to do against this Lumen Christi offensive line. And that was kind of the key to me. And you look at the fumble on the muff punt, after you get a 3-and-out from a defensive standpoint, great field position in Menominee, they score quick, and that's just expected once you get a big change, emotional play like that. But then for them to get a stop again and come out and score, and so now you're down at the end of the first quarter, it's down 14-0, Lumen Christi's down, and it was kind of that like, what is going on here? And I can't say I ever lost hope. I always felt like this team is going to correct themselves. They are absolutely going to get back in this football game, but there were certainly times of like, this is a equal opponent. This is not an opponent like I walked into the game thinking that Lumen Christi was going to be just a more physical opponent.
Yeah, they were very good. Had an excellent quarterback. He could run and throw. Showed that late in the game. Turned into a little bit of schoolyard football because that quarterback could move with his legs and create more time. And what I was impressed with is the coaching staff of Lumen Christi to be able to be down 14-0. Mix in some trickery, but stick with your game plan and run the football. And they ran so well. Cadell obviously had a great game. Credit to the offensive line. They looked really good in that game.
And I think Coach Herb Brogan said it best. Like, you take out that first series, essentially after that, they really got it going, and their offensive line was able to dominate most of the game. And I thought they did a good job with that. Cadell Williams had a huge game behind a great offensive line performance. But he had 27 carries, which really carried the load, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns. Really impressive performance by him, and you just saw effort, like maybe we haven't seen all season long. That's how I would play if I was at Ford Field, right? But you could tell Cadell Williams was excited to be there.
He did not want to be brought down.
Nope, and he was going to put the team on his shoulders if he had to, and it was a really fantastic effort out of Williams. And again, it starts with the offensive line and how they just did a tremendous job of opening up great holes, and then you got the effort from a running back to finish it off.
Let's talk about that final drive, the big touchdown drive that they ended up converting on 4th down, getting to a 3rd and 9. Try to jump Menominee off sides. That doesn't work. Yeah, everyone in the stands is predicting what's going to happen, what play you're going to run. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be a handoff to Cadell, but for the coaching staff and the players to execute that touchdown pass, Timmy Crowley, credit to him, of course, Gabe King with the catch. That to me on a 4th down with the game on the line was as big as it gets.
In this game, there were 2 coaching calls of the game that I looked to, and this is the first one. It was that 4th down play, and you're right. I would have immediately thought, you got 4 yards to get the way your offensive line is played, the way the Cadellers run the football, put it in the hands of your player who's done it. You got to think at this point, Timmy Crowley's only had 1 completion throughout the game, and to trust your quarterback in that way, and to trust the route that Gabe King runs. You'll hear Coach Brogan talk about that, but I love the way that they thought about it. They thought they would be able to beat the corner, and they did. And they don't even get the 1st down, they get the touchdown. It was just a great call on 4th down, and turns out to be the game-winning touchdown.
So there were so many great plays. Everyone really played high level. I thought Walicki on defense played really good, probably his best game of the year. And really, I just can't give enough credit to the offensive and defensive lines because that was a battle in there. Both teams going really hard. Is that the best team we saw this year?
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I mean, I didn't personally see Gaylord, so I heard a lot of people talk about Gaylord, but I think from everybody that we saw, this was a very, very formidable opponent that I think is probably going to be back next year, and is somebody that anybody in Division 7 is going to have to deal with. But you're right, from a defensive standpoint, Wilicki had a great game, Josh Dumont had a great game. Both of them had 8 tackles leading the way, which you never want to see defensive backs. Wilicki plays more linebacker, but they're getting to that second and third level a lot. That was because of the work their offensive line did. But you got to just talk about that defensive line work and how they just consumed some blocks and did a really good job. But defensively, it was, we don't say this very often about Lumen Christi, but it was very much a bend and don't break. Like when they needed to make plays, they made really big plays. There was just a lot of opportunity against a very tough Menominee opponent.
Yeah. So much to talk about. And you had a chance to talk to some players and coaches afterwards inside Ford Field. Let's take a look.
Here with junior quarterback Timmy Crowley. Timmy, state champion. It's got to feel great. You got your chance to lead this offense this year. Did it tremendously all throughout the season. Can you talk about your growth throughout the year since you started the year?
Yeah, just last year was sweet winning, but it didn't feel the greatest because I wasn't playing. But this year, just off season, working with a team and just getting in the weight room and trusting the offense and just rolling.
Offense had a bit of a slow start in the first half, first quarter specifically. Second quarter, you guys got it going. 14 unanswered points. Can you talk about the changes you guys made to get going in the second quarter?
Unfortunately, we've started slow all year. That was the only bad thing I would take away from the season. We started slow all year, but we always come back and we didn't really make any more changes. We just ran the offense, settled in, and just rolled.
Cadell Williams had a huge game for you. He's had a big season all season long, got his 30th touchdown of the year. What has he meant to your offense?
It means a lot. I mean, it's fun just handing him the ball off and watching him run, and it sets up play action passes and just opens up the offense.
And who's created a lot of space for him this year, also protected you this year. Your offensive line was tremendous. Can you speak to what they've been for you in this program all season?
Yeah, Drew, Andy, Maverick, Luke, and Aiden, of course. They're, great guys. Gonna take them out to breakfast next week, pay for them. They protected me all year, kept Cadell, Isaac, me all healthy and protected, and just owe it to them.
Biggest play of the game, fourth down. You find Gabe King for a touchdown pass, 11 yards out to take the lead. That's your final touchdown of the game. What did you see in that play, and how confident were you that play was going to work?
Saw the corner was inside shade, so I knew he was going to bite on that slant. Just we prepared that play. We repped it so many times throughout the week. We put it in this week, repped it so many times, and it goes back to the summer, just having that connection with Gabe I've had all year and making big plays.
Timmy, what's it feel to be a state champion quarterback?
Feels great. Got to get another one next year, though.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Here with senior lineman Aiden Pastoriza. Aiden, tremendous game all season long. You played great all year, both sides of the ball. What were your expectations coming into this season?
My expectations were, obviously what we just did today, but my expectations for myself was to be a leader for this team and be a player on the field that you can count on to be steady and always make good plays and open up our offense and defense and what we can do for the rest of our team.
So when you look back at the year, did you achieve that?
I would say I did, because I felt like I did a really good job with giving our opportunities to our running back, Cadell, to make plays, and all of our other skill guys. And I'm glad that we ran the offense we did, because I get to shine in it.
Well, Cadell had a huge game tonight. He had a big season all year. What doesn't show up in the stat sheet is the work that the offensive line put in. You guys created holes all night long. You wore down the defensive line. Talk about your work and your teammates on the offensive line.
Obviously it all starts in the weight room. You got to be big and strong to be able to push back the line of scrimmage. And I feel like all of us fit that mold. We were very big up front and physical, and we would our goal every game was to dominate and just do our job, do what we can do, so that our skill guys can make plays.
Let's flip sides. On the defensive side, you had a big impact as well. Your defense started off a little bit slow, but got going and made big stops when you need it. Can you just talk about the work of your defense?
Our defense all year long has been absolutely amazing. We've done a really good job holding teams to low scores. Obviously that didn't happen today, but they still were able to make plays when we had to. And with our linebackers, I have to give props to Pierre, because he has always been so good at being a leader out there and controlling the flow of the game for our defense.
Aiden, what does it mean to be a two-time state champion?
And that's what it means to be Lumen Christi time. Put the work in, and it pays off.
Congrats. Aiden Pastoriza.
Thank you.
Here with junior defensive back Josh Dumont. Josh, what's it feel like to be a state champion?
It feels great. So much work and time has been put into this, and it just feels great to finally get it done.
So defense, you've been a pillar of this defensive backfield all season long. You guys have been tough. This is by far the toughest challenge you guys faced all season long. What you'd expect that at Ford Field. Can you talk about the unique challenges that Menominee created for you guys?
Yeah, no, they were a good team. You know, our coaches got us prepared all week long so we could put us in the positions to make the best plays. So
you led this team in tackles today, 8 tackles here at Ford Field. Can you just talk about what you were seeing and why you were able to get so many tackles?
You know, every time they would run, I would just come up and I would fill the gap and I'd tackle.
What changes did you guys make? You had a bit of a slow start on defense, but you were able to settle down, make some big stops when it really counted. Talk about some of the changes you guys made to create a bigger impact on defense.
You know, first half we saw what they had, and then at halftime, coaches made adjustments, went out, and then we acted on them and we got it done.
Josh, what does it mean to be a Lumen Christi football player?
You're hard working, you got so much heart for the game, and you just love being there every single day and just being with your teammates.
Josh Dumont, junior defensive back.
Thank you.
Here with junior running back Cadell Williams. Cadell, fantastic game, 276 yards on 27 carries, 3 touchdowns, really leading the way for the Titans. Can you just talk about your expectations coming into this game against Menominee defense?
I knew they were going to be fast, physical, so coming into this game, I knew I had to play my heart out and make the right cuts and reads, and I came out and made it happen.
You had a great game. You also had a great offensive line in front of you. They performed all season, but they also were there for you today, creating some big holes. Can you talk about the work and the partnership that you have with your teammates on the offensive line?
Oh, yeah, it's great. As y'all can see, after I scored, y'all might see us do our little handshakes and stuff like that. And, yeah, I love those guys.
You played a lot more defense today than typical, but you did a great job when you were in there. Can you speak about your defensive work and the work you did at safety?
It was kind of to go out there and make sure no deep passes happen, so I was back there kind of chilling. But I think for me to go in there, not practicing it all week, I did good.
Last week you told us that you had to wait your turn last year. You got the opportunistic chances, but this year was your year. As you reflect on this year now and look forward to next year, what is next year and your opportunity there to be a leader on this team?
Next year, most likely going to be a captain, so I really got to step my leadership up and show these guys I'm here for them.
What does it mean to be a state champion?
It means a lot. I can't wait to hang this banner up on this field, and can't wait to do it again next year.
Cadell Williams, great game here at Ford Field. Congrats, Cadell.
Appreciate it.
Here with head coach Herb Brogan, Lumen Christi Titans coach. Your 11th state championship, 13th program overall. This was by far your toughest test of the season. Talk about the challenges that Menominee created for you.
Well, I think the best analogy, one of our coaches said number 11 was their Joe Lathers. And he was just a real problem. He's very elusive, very competitive, good speed. I mean, so he just kind of stirs the drink, you know. That's the biggest challenge that we had in terms of defensively. But I thought their scheme was really good. They presented us with some third down problems when we were blitzing. You know, they just did a really good job. It's an entertaining high school football game.
It sure was. Slow start for you guys. But you came back, tied the game up in the second quarter, went 14 unanswered, and then really offensively you guys were pretty solid the rest of the game. Can you talk about the changes you guys made to get going offensively?
Well, we didn't really make a lot of changes. Our first series, was not very impressive, but from that point on, we moved the ball except for the one series where we had that reverse problem. But we just got off the ball. We blocked people, and when you block people, Cadell's going to make things happen.
Yeah, and he did. 276 yards on the day, 27 carries, really carried the load for you, 3 touchdowns. Can you just talk about the effort that he showed this year and the performance that he had for you here at Ford Field?
Well, great all year long. He's averaging 7.5 yards a carry coming in, 10 yards a carry today. He's made a lot of good long runs. He's got great feet. You've seen some of the cuts that he's made, but I think he really surprises people with his strength. You look at that film. How many broken tackles did he have? How many times did he drag people 5-10 yards after contact? So he's just a great player.
great individual performance, but doesn't happen without a great offensive line who's been leaders for you all season long. Can you talk about their work not only tonight in this game, but throughout the year?
Well, it's been the strength of our team. That's in our pregame reminders. Basically, with the offensive line, just say, offensive line, just do your thing, because that's what we have done all year long. We've gotten off the ball. Our surge, a couple of our fullback runs. You can just knocking people off the ball. So I mean, you can't run for 270 yards without a great offensive line.
And then the biggest play of the game, 4th down, deep in the red zone, and you guys call a pass play. Timmy Crowley makes a great pass to Gabe King. Can you talk about that play call? What made you call that, and then the execution of your team?
Well, that was Sean's call, but you just said the quarterback's been inside influence all game long. I think we can get him on the whip. He's going to bite the inside. We ran that whip route, and he bit inside. He made a great route. Timmy made a great throw.
Sure did. Coach, most points have given up defensively this year, but your defense made big plays when they needed to. Can you speak about their effort?
Well, we did. We had some blown assignments, and part of it was some substitutions we made and some inexperience, but they put us in a bind a couple of times. I thought their scheme was really good, and we just, we goofed up a couple of times, but when we had to at the end, we made some plays.
I've been here enough with you to estimate the answer I'm going to get here, but I have to ask. 13 state titles now ties the record for a program. What does that mean to you? It's got to be a great feeling to think of what Lumen Christi has done in the MHSA record books.
Well, it's certainly. I mean, it makes you reflect on a lot of great players, a lot of great teams, a lot of hard work in the weight room. I think the former players are the only ones that can truly appreciate what it takes to get here. I said, to be mentioned with John Harrington it's a big deal because they ran a great program over there and have an awful lot of respect for him. And they're out of business, so.
Head coach Herb Brogan, who also runs a great program, is 11th state championship, 13th for a program overall. Coach, congrats.
Hey, thanks much.
Your new ride is waiting for you at Avenue Auto. We've been giving Jackson great deals on pre-owned vehicles for 27 years. With 80 or more vehicles on the lot, each with a free warranty, we're your family-owned and operated choice in Jackson.
Celebrate the season and drive through Nightlight's Christmas Light Show at Michigan International Speedway in Brooklyn, Michigan. Over 60 new displays this year. Open 5:30 to 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 5:30 to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Pricing is $35 per car. Cash and most credit cards are accepted. For more information, visit nightlightshow.com. Merry Christmas!
Back here to wrap things up on our season recap show. Lumen Christi winning its 13th state title in football, and a phenomenal win over Menominee, a formidable opponent for sure. It's amazing how quick it goes from August to here we are pushing Christmas time, but so many things matter from the start to the season. Little plays here and there can shift the way your team rolls, can be the course of making the playoffs, not making the playoffs, winning a state championship, not winning a state championship. And we saw Lumen Christi get the job done from start to finish this year.
No question. And one of the things that I look at and think about is the growth over the course of the year. And when you talk about team growth, but then individual growth, we saw London Hampton, a freshman who got an early start for this program. You just don't see a lot of freshmen that start for Lumen Christi.
No, you don't.
And to see him come out in the defensive backfield, also get some snaps at offense, but had a really good year, progressed all season long. But then in that state championship game, you see him facing a senior opponent that was just tough, really created some issues for them. And pass interference call, gets beat on a route, misses a tackle, gets pulled out of that game. You see Cadell Williams come in, play safety, which we haven't seen him play a lot of defense this year. So you just you see that change. And then one of the greatest coaching decisions I saw in this game is when they bring London Hampton at the last drive, they bring him into the defensive end position, a position he doesn't play. But they put him there because they need athleticism on the defensive line. He makes the final sack to end the game. Huge play. You just talk about progression. Mm-hmm. One, a great coaching call, but then London Hampton, to not get frustrated, not get down on yourself. You see the progression, what you've done all season long, and you go out and make a play like that to win a state championship. I just love to see that kind of progression.
Yeah, it's excellent. And you see that type of thing every year. And again, Lumen Christi will bring back a pretty nice team next year, and I think we're going to be talking about them again right here this time next year.
Well, think about all the names we just talked about that are going to be coming back next year. You think about they bring back their quarterback, they bring back their 2 leading rushers, they bring back 3 of their 5 offensive linemen, you bring back 6 of your 11 starters on defense, and you look at that, and they have experience at all 3 levels. So you have big shoes to fill. There's some talented players that you're losing off this team, but you have experience everywhere you go. And you look at this, you don't want to put cart before horse, but you got to look at Lumen Christi as a heavy favorite going into 2024.
Congratulations to Coach Brogan, all the coaches, and all of the players, families, parents. It's a full team effort for sure over at Lumen Christi. Final thoughts as we close out another great year?
Partner, you and I haven't even talked about history. So one thing this is a 13th state championship. What that does is ties them with Farmington Hills Harrison for the most in MHSA history. That's just incredible to think about, that Jackson Lumen Christi has 13 state championships, and there's no program in the state of Michigan that has more. Incredible testament to what Herb Brogan has built there. That is Herb's 11th. He was on staff for all 13, but as a head coach, his 11th. Just incredible what this program has done and how they have developed that. And I love to hear Coach Brogan's words in the interviews, as you heard earlier, talking about that.
Yeah, it's another great season and fun. Thanks for all you did for us this year. We can't wait till next year.
My pleasure, my friend.
Thanks for watching, and congratulations to the Lumen Christi Titans.